reality.
But Abhijit Iyer Mitra, you know, the war has been anticipated for a long time. It's not done till it's done. And why would the Congress party suddenly begin to become a participant in a war that is not ours and force the government's hand? Why not trust their own prime minister to take the decision that is to the advantage of our country, India, which is not to be compared with any other country?
Navika, first of all, here is an image of Indira Gandhi with Lyndon Johnson in 1965. He basically had increased the bombing of Vietnam in 1964. Her going there, shaking hands with him, the New York Times had described that visit as a love affair. What was that? That was encouraging Lyndon Johnson to bomb our dear friend and non-aligned partner Vietnam even more. What kind of logic is this? This is number one. Number two, let's be very clear. Israel and America attacked Iran. Did any of the Gulf countries attack Iran? There are 9.5 million Indians living in those Gulf countries that Iran has attacked. Just today, Iran has killed an Indian sailor on the MDS Vyom, 85 kilometers, not even within the coastal reach of Oman, out in the Arabian Sea, 85 kilometers out in the Arabian Sea. You see, the Congress party has actively turned into a supporter of India killers. Their leader went to London and asked for regime change. They wanted America to do to India exactly what they're doing to Iran. Then they come here and cry. Why is it that Rahul keeps going to America and UK and all of that, the same people who are doing all this attack? Kuch nahi. So I'm sorry. They really need to zip it. They've come down to a party of 100. What? It was 44, then 52. Now, congratulations, 100. In the next election, you're going down to go with single digits. Enjoy yourselves.
Well, Abbas Haider, I want to ask you,
Navika,
on these issues.
Navika, you had to intervene.
Okay, 1 minute. Abbas Haider, I just want to ask you. There is a theater of war that is playing on. This is Israel, America versus Iran. Should anybody support war? It's a universal understanding that nobody wants to support war. But the war is taking place regardless of what our position on the war is. Nobody is asking for our permission. This war is happening. It's a reality that we are watching live. Abbas Haider, in the middle of all of this, assessing the global situation, who is in a better position to assess it? Is it the government of India or is it the opposition? If the opposition has to say something, should it be through discreet conversations and dialogue with the government, but on the face of it, support the government on every stand that it takes? Or should it be the chest beating that we are seeing at the moment? I want to ask you, where do you stand?
Navika ji, first of all, see, Pakistan is our natural and permanent enemy. And, you know, Iran is strategically very important for us because, you know, fundamentally in diplomacy, you know, neighbor of neighbor is friend and neighbors are, no, generally they are enemies. So basically, you know, it is very important to counterbalance Pakistan strategically. It is important that Iran remains sovereign and Iran does not become a puppet of any of the Western nation. One thing. Second thing, Navika ji, it is about the regional connectivity of our country via Chahbar Port to Central Asia and and Afghanistan. So we really need Iran to remain independent, and we want Iran to remain sovereign. But you know, it's beyond you know, strategic and economic interest of our country, because you know, we share so much, you know, together. You know, Iran, Persia, and India. Our cultures are so much, you know, interrelated. Our friendship is such, you know, so important to the world that, you know, we need to take a stand. We should, you know, diplomatically, it is important for our nation to remain neutral. I agree with that. Neutral diplomacy has been, you know, a long time policy of our country. And I believe that now when the Prime Minister of our country is not even, you know, giving our condolence letter, is not even condemning what has happened to Iran, their, you know, sovereignty is being violated. So it is going to affect our national interest as well.
Friend, do you know, you have been part and supporting a government of the UPA, which on 3 occasions on 3 occasions in the IAEA voted against Iran, my friend. Where was your voice then? It is the Modi Sarkar in 2022 that actually abstained from any vote against Iran. Suddenly, Anand Ranganathan, they have forgotten their past history. I'm coming to you, Abhijit. Coming back to you, Abhijit. But Anand Ranganathan, have they forgotten their own track record in their hurry to give lots of updesh and gyan to Prime Minister Modi?
Good evening, Navika, and good evening to my fellow panelists. No, they haven't forgotten. They're just wishing others might have forgotten. So bad for them that others haven't. Look, any Indian vowing to avenge Khamenei's killing should be put on a plane to Tehran and made to enlist. The Republic of Iran needs you more than the Republic of India. And for all those who say Khamenei was not a legitimate target, let me ask you a very simple question. Would a Pakistani leader who is commander-in-chief of his armed forces that attack India directly or indirectly, who stocks nuclear arms and enriches uranium clandestinely, who calls India a cancer and vows he will wipe India off the map, who trains and supports and funds multiple terror organizations, who arms and sends hordes of terrorists to India to kill thousands of innocents. Would such a leader be a legitimate target for India? Now replace Pakistan with Iran and India with Israel. How on earth did Khamenei become a revered supreme leader of millions of Indians? He called India an oppressor state. He was in charge of a barbaric regime that tortured and killed tens of thousands of innocent Iranians. He sponsored international terror through Hezbollah and Hamas and killed thousands of innocents in Israel. Khamenei was a murderer, not a martyr. Honestly, if he is your supreme or spiritual leader, then it says more about you than about him.
Well, let me get in Tausif Khan. Tausif Khan, 35 lakh Indians live in the UAE. These 35, coming to you, Abhijit, these 35 lakh Indians in the UAE are people against whom Iran has launched 165 missiles and 541 drones to UAE. So when you actually revere a country like Iran, have you forgotten the Indians living in these regions? Doha, Oman, UAE, Dubai.
Navika, I am in shock that you said that. It's an elementary knowledge. Everyone knows that Iran is targeting US military bases in the region, in all the countries nearby. All the neighboring countries.
Well, second, Abhijit Iyer Mitra is contesting your facts. Abhijit,
across the world, whose name appear in the
an Indian has been killed. An Indian has been killed, sir. An Indian has been killed.
Modi sadly has kneeled before. Modi is responsible for that. When Modi met the Israeli Prime Minister, he knew that Iran is going to attack, that Israel is going to attack. Why did he not ask for evacuation beforehand? Modi is responsible for every Indian who is going to be killed because he knew, he should have known. Because he bowed down, he kneeled before the America and Israel because of the Epstein file. Any political leader in the world, any business leader in the world cannot raise their finger, cannot raise their hand, cannot show red eye to America and Israel because of the Epstein issue. It's a very big issue, and that is why Prime Minister.
I mean, where will you take this? Oman was not the place where Iran needed to attack, my friend. It is in Oman that the Indian died. Abhijit, geography bhi samjha do, politics bhi.
You know, Navika, we should avoid gossip out here and we need to deal with facts. Tausif was talking as if Benjamin Netanyahu called him up and said, bro, you know, I told Modi I'm going to attack Iran. How do you know this? How do you know this? How do you know this? Are you related to Netanyahu that you know this? उसने तेरे को कॉल करके बोला है क्या? Lying on national TV, shameless lying on national TV. And as for the cultural agreement, the last people-to-people exchange between India and Iran was Nadir Shah coming and killing 30,000 Delhi walas. We also speak English. We have lots of people living in America. So we have cultural ties with America. So should we oppose every attack on America? We have the same relationship with the UK. Should we oppose? We have deep cultural ties with the UK. So what? So what? You're an ethno-supremacist, you're an ethno-fascist. You belong to an ethno-fascist party. You are peddling third-rate lies on TV. I don't know how you have an educational qualification.
Well, I want to also get in Vivek Srivastava. Vivek Srivastava, when Iran has been voted against, it has been the UPA government. And may I read out to you the left statement at that time? The left parties had a problem. Of course, you were supporting the government, you walked out of the government, but the left parties actually went out there and said the IAEA vote signifies a departure from the government's commitment to follow an independent foreign policy. This is a matter of utmost concern. So independent policy that was abandoned by the Congress party then suddenly is not an issue for the left parties. They are supporting and standing with the Congress party, which is the government which voted thrice against Iran, and questioning the government which has abstained from a vote against Iran. I mean, can you please explain to me the logic?
Well, now let me, yes, I'll explain it to you. You are confusing two things. Voting, you may vote, you may not vote. We may have bad relations with Iran tomorrow. They are different issues. Here the issue is very different. The issue is of imperialism. Who is America to decide that in any third world country like Bangladesh or in Nepal or in Iran or anywhere in the world, who is going to lead the country? Who is going to decide? It should be the people. And the women rights records of Iran are far better than America. Epstein files, how many girls, what age, which politicians are involved, which businessmen. So let us not lecture. And now in this conflict, 167 schoolgirls between the age of 7 and 12 were killed because the school was bombed, and it was a school of little girls. This is the women rights record of United States of America. My Prime Minister is weak, compromised. He went to Israel. He knew what was coming.
What about the October 7 strikes on Israel? How many tears did you shed then?
Asking about the 12,000 Iranians killed in Iran last month. Bloody liar.
We are nothing but stooges and pawns in the hands of Donald Trump.
Protesters in Iran were killed, sir, 10,000 of them. Any word for them, Sushant Sareen? Are they blinded by their hate for Modi that they will carry it so far as to turn a blind eye to the facts of this war? Of course, in principle, wars don't solve anything. That is the bottom line. But are they blind to what's really happening in Iran?
Navika, I don't know where you've got this from, that wars don't solve anything. Successful wars solve a lot of things. Yes, there is a case for war. I'm not sure if this war is going to solve anything, but that's another matter. And secondly, I think, listen, we can keep doing whataboutery, but let's come down to the brass tacks. As far as I'm concerned, frankly, I'm not surprised the kind of reactions which are coming. In India for 5,000 years. We've had a culture of, meeting with the enemy and giving him the key to the fort so that they can take over, and supporting the enemy rather than supporting your own people. But that's besides the point. Now let's come down to the brass tacks.
Who is the enemy? Ask him who's the enemy.
Vivek, shut up, yaar. You've spoken enough. Now it's my chance. I've waited
who's the enemy? Is the Americans? You shut up. Talking nonsense. America, कौन है enemy? Iran या America?
Vivek Srivastava.
America, कौन है enemy?
Vivek Srivastava, just a minute. Hang in there. Sushant Sareen बोल रहे हैं. थोड़ा knowledge increase कर लीजिए, कोई हर्ज नहीं है. Sushant.
When people say that we have become touts of imperialists, they can say whatever they want to say, but let's come down to the brass tacks. Let's just look at our interests. I think the gentleman from SP was talking about how Iran is very critical for us because it provides us connectivity to Central Asia. He's right. But stack that up with our interests that are attached to the Gulf states, which are under attack from Iran. 90 million of our, or 9 million of our diaspora who send something like $45 billion of remittances to India.
Gulf is
our
not under attack.
Supplies come from Iran.
Airbases are under attack, which are the sovereign property of the United States.
Abbas Haider, when you were speaking, he did not interrupt you. Let's extend the same courtesy. I'll give you time to counter. Sushant. Lower all other faders, Sushant only.
So listen, Navika, 9 million of our diaspora is out there. Their lives are at stake. Their livelihoods are at stake. Their properties are at stake. One. Secondly, people are saying evacuate them. Do they know the logistics of evacuating 90 lakh people? Please tell me what ship you are going to take out there to evacuate them. Number 3, look at the defense relationship we have, for example, with Israel. Is there any other country that can replace that at this point in time? No. Number 4, please look at the kind of energy security of ours which is attached to countries like Saudi Arabia and other countries in the Gulf, and then our trade relationship with these countries. Now, please stack all of that up. I understand that, yes, Iran can give us a route to Central Asia. Please tell me, what is our trade with Central Asia? Please tell me that. Do you know what your trade with Central Asia is? About $50 million or $100 million, something like that, even if it's $1 billion. You have around $200 billion of trade with these Gulf states. You have another $150, $200 billion of trade with the United States. Can you, if nothing else, forget about morality. There is no morality in international relations, right? There is none whatsoever. All this moral nonsense which goes on, where was the morality when we kept quiet when the Soviets invaded Afghanistan? Where was the morality when we kept quiet when the Soviets invaded Czechoslovakia or Hungary? Where was imperialism at that point of time? So let's forget about it. Indian governments have to take care of Indian interests. And if the government out here is taking care of Indian interests and indulging in hypocrisy which violates the sensibilities of Anand Ranganathan, just too bad. All international relations are hypocrisy. Please get real. We are doing what we are doing in our own national interest, period. Now, I can understand some people feeling bad because a spiritual leader or a political leader with whom they had some attachment, they are feeling very hurt and they are critical of the position India has taken. Fine, they can protest, and the good thing is Indian Muslims are protesting peacefully, which is their right to protest. But beyond that, to say that the government has sold out...
Absolutely. And these same people who are talking about imperialism don't say anything about China and Taiwan. Not one word. Nothing. Nothing at all. Sanjay Jha, any word?
Yeah. Let me just tell all Mr. Sareen, since he's an expert, let me quote to him Henry Kissinger. And I'm disappointed that Modi has become a puppet at the hands of Trump, who humiliates him. To be an enemy of the United States is dangerous. To be a friend of the United States is fatal. And we are playing footsie with America and Israel. We are becoming literally like a vassal state of America. And by the way, why aren't you telling the viewers that the reason why Iran is attacking the other Gulf countries is only their US bases? Because these countries have become vassals of America. That's the only reason. They're not attacking civilian property if they can help it. So that is the reality of our times. It's sad to see Modi so weak, so cowardly, such a darpok.
Well, all hands going up. I have very little time. For number one, Anand Ranganathan, your rejoinder. Abhijit, coming to you. Anand.
Yes, my good friend Sanjay Jha says we have become a vassal state of America. Now look at this. When Dr. Manmohan Singh, what did he tell a man who killed 1 million Muslims? People of India deeply love you, Mr. Bush. Bhul gaye Sanjay Jha, you were that time not suspended. You were in Congress and you were supporting this. 1 million Muslims were murdered by Bush.
अरे मोदी जी तो ईरान गए थे.
Well, Abhijit, Siddharth, coming to you. Abhijit.
I completely agree with Sanjay Jha that, to be a friend of America is fatal and all of that. Okay? Then just answer one question. Why did Rahul Gandhi go for his education to Rollins College in Florida? He should go to Shahid Bhashti University.
Why don't you find out the cabinet?
Why don't you go there? You want all your kids to go there. You want to go there for your holidays. But God forbid you let anybody else do that.
Well, no. Siddharth Yadav, your counter.
Navika ji, if you hear Sanjay Jha or anybody from the opposition, please don't be mistaken. They are neither on the side of Iran, neither on the side of Israel. They choose the side where their vote bank is. Nothing else. They can't think beyond that.
Absolutely. And look at what people who are watching the show are saying. G. Subramanian, Islamic National Congress, enough of your appeasement. Watcher of society, if Congress was in power, would they have chosen national interest or political appeasement? That's what people are saying. Also, we did a snap poll. Is Congress lionizing tyrant Khamenei for vote bank politics? Well, everybody can see through your game. 85% people say yes, no say 10%, can't say 5%. 85% people believe the opposition is just playing vote bank politics, even in a war where America, Israel, France, all the Middle East countries, probably UK joining in soon, are on one side, and they want to be on the other. What do you call this vision for India? I leave it to you to be the judge, viewers. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on the News Hour. With that, it's a wrap. Good night, be safe. I'll be back tomorrow with the News Hour at 9.